The Detroit Lions' first preseason game is in the books with a 21-16 victory over the New York Giants. And today we're going to look at the risers and fallers, stock up, stock down from Pride of Detroit. But before we do that, just a little bit of housekeeping to get into. The Lions waived cornerback Tay Hayes, who we just picked up a few days ago. He is no longer with the team. And also from Lions Fan Report via PFF, these are the top PFF grades from the Lions' first preseason game. On offense, Chase Cota at 77.2, Adrian Martinez 74.4, and Connor Galvin at 72.3. On defense, Jack Campbell, no surprise there, 90.3, Levi Onwuzurike at 89.3, and John the Commish Kaminsky at 86.8. Now, what we're going to do, this is kind of a lot, and I want to keep this video under 10 minutes, so we're going to breeze through this. I'll give you my quick thoughts on positions that I want to touch on, but the goal is to keep this video under 10 minutes. So we're going to start with the quarterback position. Stock up, Adrian Martinez. Stock down, Nate Sudfeld is trash. Did not play Jared Goff, Teddy Bridgewater, and Hendon Hooker. Now, I really believe we're going to be able to tell generally who our starters are based on the did not play. And I agree 100%. Stock up Adrian Martinez. Without him making that play with his legs, we don't win that game. Stock down, you already know how I feel about Nate Sudfeld because
Nate Sudfeld is trash.
And shout out to everybody who edited me on Twitter yesterday and said, soon as the game started and he threw that interception, they thought of me in the soundbite. As far as getting hit as he threw, yeah, you take the sack, Nate. That's what you do, okay? You don't just throw up a duck and a wing. This is not the greatest American hero. It's no wing and a prayer here. You take the sack. You live to fight another down. We go to running back. Stock up, Jahmyr Gibbs. Neutral, Devin Ozigbo, Benny Snell. Stock down, Jason Kabinda, Mohamed Ibrahim, and did not play David Montgomery, Craig Reynolds, who's injured, and also Jamar Jefferson, who is injured. I agree. Ozigbo, I was like, who is number 30? And then I had to keep, who is number 30? I had to wait to the announcer to say it and was like, wait a minute. We just got him, and he's playing pretty well. Mohamed went off with an injury. Craig Reynolds is injured. Jason Kabinda is in danger of not making this team. We don't really use a fullback like that. So I agree 100% that stock up is definitely Jahmyr Gibbs. Kind of played very well yesterday in his limited snaps. Now we're going to go to wide receiver. Stock up, Antoine Green, Maurice Alexander, and Chase Cota. Neutral, Jamison Williams, Dylan Drummond, Trey Quinn. Stock down, none. Did not play St. Brown, Raymond Reynolds, Marvin Jones, Denzel Mims, and Trinity Benson, who is injured. I'm going to make a spicy kind of statement here. We all assumed Jamison Williams will be a starter. We know we have to have a receiver, a spot for him on the 53-man roster. Is it possible that we carry more than 6 wide receivers on the active 53-man and Jamison Williams does not start, and somebody like Chase Cota or Maurice Alexander or Dylan Drummond can come in and start over Jamison Williams? I know that's going to be a spicy take, y'all, but I don't know. We shall see because they get to play in the preseason. Then if they make the team and land on the practice squad, if we have to call them up and they get to play, they might play their way into a starting. I don't know. Jamison got a lot of work to do, but he is making progress in the right direction. Now let's go to the tight end. We have James Mitchell, stock up, stock neutral, Brock Wright, Sam Laporta, and stock down, Daniel Helm. I think that's to be said right there. James Mitchell played very well yesterday. Laporta is going to be the starter. He's going to be the number 2, and Brock Wright is going to be the number 3 now that Shane is gone. I think he was going to win it anyway. Offensive line was pretty terrible. I'm glad those guys are not our starters. They couldn't create any holes for the running backs or anything like that. It is going to be only one. Stock up is Sorsdahl. Neutral is Afedi, Ezzy, Owasika, Hart, and Galvin. We talked about him earlier with PFF. Stock down, Nelson Paulo, Ross P., Brad C., Max P., and Ryan Sawoboda. Did not play Taylor Deckard, Jonah Jackson, Frank Ragnow, Panay Sewell, Halapalooty Vaitai Vaitai, and Graham Glasgow. That crew right there is our offensive line. But we don't have to worry about like the entire offensive line ever going out. How rare would that be? We might lose a piece here, lose a piece there, and one of those other guys could step in, kind of like Dan Skipper did last year. The defensive interior line, stock up: Benito Jones, Levi Onwuzurike. Neutral is Isaiah Buggs, Roderick Martin, Christian Covington. Remember, neutral is they pretty much play as expected. Stock down was Corey Durden and Chris Smith, and Aleem McNeil was the only interior defensive lineman who did not play, and we expect him 100% to be a starter. Now for probably the highlight of the day, the edge rushers. Stock up: the commish, John Kaminsky, Julian Okwara. Neutral is Pascal James Houston, who played very well yesterday, Romeo Okwara. Stock down: none, did not play, Aiden Hutchinson and Charles Harris. Now, question, is Charles Harris a projected starter, or is there a potential trade looming? Just throwing that out there based off the kind of the rumors we heard last week. Not sure how true they are. And with Julian playing as well as he did, I mean, maybe, I don't know. I'll just save that for another time. Off the ball linebacker. Stock up: Derek Barnes, JC, Jack Campbell, Malcolm Rodriguez, the forgotten man. Stock neutral: Jalen Reeves-Maybin, Anthony Pittman, and Trevor Nowaski. Stock down: none, did not play, Alex Anzalone. So again, we can kind of see where our starters are kind of lining up to be. Cornerback, stock up: Starling Thomas V. He was number 49 yesterday. You see it's a lot of rookies on this list. Stock, as far as stock up, neutral: Stephen Gilmore, Khalil Dorsey, Tay Hayes, who we talked about earlier, was waived. Stock down is Will Harris, who surprisingly still finds a way to be on this team. Did not play, Jerry Jacobs, Cam Sutton, Emmanuel Mosley. Now, I have a question for the viewer, you. Starling Thomas V, could he be number 2 over Jerry Jacobs eventually? And while Emmanuel is rehabbing, or will it be Jerry Jacobs? That's going to be something to keep an eye on during the preseason indeed. Hybrid slot, stock up: Brian Branch, of course, Chase Lucas. Stock down: none, did not play, CJ Gardner-Johnson. So we got 3 of those guys. And P.S. Brian Branch is an absolute stud. I agree. He made a couple big plays yesterday. Safety, stock up: Savion Smith, Brady Breeze, Brandon Joseph, who caught that interception at the end of the game. Neutral is Ife Melifonwu. Stock down: none, did not play, Kirby Joseph and Tracy Walker. Now, does that mean that Tracy's starting, or they're just trying to let him heal fully? And as far as special teams, you got Jack Fox, Scott Daly, Riley Patterson, Parker Romo. They're all neutral. So for the most part, I agree with this list. Standouts, man. A lot of rookies is stock up. A lot of rookies had stock up. A lot of rookies potentially pushing some starting roles. Pretty much the entire draft class was in the stock up category. Let's see. We got a couple minutes left. Yeah, a lot of the draft class, Brian Branch, right, was in stock up. Lot of the guys, man. So this is going to be interesting. For the most part, I do agree. I think the most concerning thing out of all of this is the backup, like the offensive line depth. However, again, our O-line is pretty healthy. Frank battled through injuries. If Vaitai can come back and stay healthy, it'll be solid. Remember, these guys have never played together, so that'll be the first time that happens. But if one of those guys go out, I would hope that one of these guys can step up and take that role. Just a little bit of a side note before we wrap the video up: Logan Stenberg has been picked up by the Chicago Bears, so he did not leave the NFC North. Didn't go that far, but just a few miles up the road, so to speak. So there are your risers and fallers of after preseason game 1. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget about the live stream watch party happening the 17th. Get your tickets before they sell out. And we kept this video under 10 minutes. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions. I hope there's a sound effect that plays.